Let's talk about the seed oil panic. Seed oils like canola, soy, and sunflower are being vilified by wellness influencers who claim they're the root of all health issues. But here's the truth. The science doesn't support these sweeping claims. While some studies suggest that excessive omega 6 fatty acids might contribute to inflammation, others indicate potential cardiovascular benefits. The consensus? Moderation is key, and seed oils can be a part of a balanced diet. Meanwhile, we're ignoring the real culprits: sugary sodas and ultra processed junk foods. Americans spend over $160 billion annually on fast food alone, not to mention the billions more on snacks and sugary drinks. These are the products with well documented links to obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. So before we throw out the cooking oils, let's focus on the basics. Eat whole foods, limit added sugars, and stay active. Chasing the latest dietary villain won't improve your health, but common sense habits will. So again, I have to stress, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a PhD in biochemistry. I'm an expert on communication. And what I see again and again and again is you have this rise of wellness influencers who are constantly looking for the next new thing. Hey, here's this magic berry from the other side of the world in some deserted island in a tropical place, and it's going to make you lose weight. Here's the magic green coffee bean that will make you lose weight. Here's this magic oil that's going to kill you, and you should get scared and you should be frightened. You got to get it out of your house now. Well, there are things you need to get out of your house. But rather than going through your cupboards and getting rid of seed oil, you'd be far better off, again, not according to me, but all of mainstream science and medicine. Go through your house, go through your cupboards, look at every box or bag, the ingredients. If it has added sugar, throw it in the garbage can. Has processed sugar, artificial sugar, throw it in the garbage can. If it's got 189 ingredients, which so many crackers and breads and packages, throw it in the garbage can. That's really how you can help your health the most, is get rid of all these highly processed foods in your kitchen and in your cupboards right now. Eat real foods. Something I've done lately that's worked quite nicely is I buy the frozen cauliflower rice, just a cauliflower, at Costco. And then I also get the bag of frozen vegetables. It's got zucchini, it's got kale, it's got broccoli, onions. I put it all together and I bake it. And yes, I'll use oil, typically olive oil, that's got heavy spices to it. It's got hot spices, peppers. So it's like a Chinese peppery spice, and it gives the whole thing incredible flavor. Maybe I'll throw some sardines on it or some anchovies on it. So I'm getting some fish and some fish oil, sometimes just plain, but it's a tremendous number of vegetables. I don't have that full bloated feeling of processed rice, which is sort of white rice instantly turns to sugar. And that's what works for me. Again, I'm not here to tell you, hey, it works for me, you do it. That's the problem with so much of this wellness advice being communicated to us on a regular basis. I want you to research, but I don't want you just to go down this dark hole of wellness experts, because they're constantly going to be trying to sell you their supplements, their AG1, their magic greens, their magic powders. And for the most part, it's either a scam that does nothing for you, or it can actually harm your liver or kidneys. So many of these supplements that are being sold. So to be clear, it may be there's more and more research done, and it turns out that seed oil is the worst thing ever for you. It's the trans fats of our time. It's possible. I'm not here to tell you it's perfect and just guzzle it by the gallon. That's not what I'm telling you. What I am telling you is, if you believe in science and you're not a scientist yourself, there's really no rational thing to do other than look at what mainstream science says, look at peer-reviewed articles on various topics, And it's just inconclusive whether seed oil is bad for you. And if everything in our life was being communicated to us in an inconclusive way about health, I'd say, okay, maybe we spend equal amount of time on that. But that's not the case. There is a large body of evidence that says what most Americans, and for that matter, increasingly around the world, what most people in wealthier nations consume is highly processed carbohydrates, drinks with sugar and sugar substitutes and artificial sugars, that this is killing us. There's really no debate about that. So why don't we actually focus on what there's no debate on, and where there's really clear communication, we just refuse to accept it. So with any time you're looking at communication, which is what this show's about, what this segment, this channel is about, it's not just what someone is putting out, it's what's received. And you and I do receive information on a daily basis telling us, eat unprocessed food, eat lots of vegetables, eat green vegetables, eat small portions of meat, fish, drink water, don't drink your calories, and certainly don't drink sugar. We do hear that information, or we're sent that information. It's communicated to us on a regular basis. The problem quite often is we don't want to hear it, because you know what? Fat tastes good. Sugar tastes good. Added processed sugar tastes really good. And we live in a world where some of the brightest minds have been hired by processed food companies that are spinoffs of tobacco companies, and their whole business model is about addicting us. Now, you've heard other wellness experts and health experts talk about that. It's not a unique idea to me. But then they find they can't talk about that every day. So they have to come up with something new. So that's when they want to latch on to the seed oil or something else that's esoteric. Or you need this one magic berry. Don't even get me started on the acai berry. Everyone's looking for the next gimmick they can talk about that will trend well, position them as new and exciting. And the problem is us. The problem is we are looking for new information for variety and to let us off the hook for the fact that we ate garbage yesterday and we ate junk food last night and we had soda at lunch. We're looking for some excuse to tell us it's all right. Well, it's not all right if our goal is to live the longest, healthiest life we can live. We all have to take more responsibility and accountability to eat less processed food, exercise more, and sleep well. I can talk about this message a lot, but it's not going to be as captivating as the Liver King, who's selling $100 million worth of supplements, talking about how jacked he is from selling his processed testicles or whatever garbage it is he sells. And that's the problem. So we all have to do a better job of actively cultivating good sources of health information, not falling for every little trend and gimmick and trick to divert our attention.